Okay, last class you come across the design of journal bearings as well as to calculate the some properties of lubricant. Okay, so now today we'll go for ball and roller bearings. So now ball and roller bearings are the rolling contact bearings here. Rolling contact bearings. So I will not go for too much detail and theory portion. Okay. So in journal bearing, what happens? So if you consider this as a journal, okay, and if this is an bearing surface, now this journal surface is going to be slide over this bearing surface. Okay, it's going to slide over this bearing surface. So, but in case of rolling contact bearings, so the bearing surface which is going to connect between the driving member and a stationary, it is in a rolling contact here. Suppose if you consider an roller bearing or a ball bearing here, okay. Now, if the rotation of this, let us take an example. You have a shaft here. The shaft is fixed to the inner cage of the and roller bearing. So now what happens? So as this inner cage or inner ace is going to start rotate, corresponding to this one, this roller is also start rotating itself as well as it is going to move its along with its what periphery. Okay? So if you consider the contact of the element, either the element may be of a roller or the element may be of a ball here. So it's just like an line contact for roller bearings, okay, and point contact for ball bearings here. So now this ball and roller bearings are mainly designed on two criteria. One is the basic equivalent dynamic load, and one more parameter, that is what bearing life. Okay? Bearing life. So this bearing life is also called as a life of a bearing, or is also called as a life of bearing. Now, how are we going to define a life? Whether it is a time. Now, this bearing life is defined as number of hours or millions of revolution it is going to have the fatigue deformation of any one element in a bearing. So, in a bearing, it may be of an ball or it may be of an outer race or it may be of an inner race. if you have a small propagation of a crack, or if you have any damage on any one element, up to that stage, how much hours it has been worked, or how many millions of revolutions it has been completed. So that is, we are going to term it as a bearing life. We are going to term it as a bearing life. So now millions of revolutions means you need to measure in terms of 10 to power of 6 here. That is what million. Okay? It is what million. Okay? Now the equivalent dynamic load. Equivalent dynamic load. It is noted with the letter C naught. C naught or C? Those who have gone through data handbook, you can say C naught or C. Otherwise, we'll go for first the data handbook. Okay, notations here. C specific capacity or the basic load rating of the bearing. Okay, C naught is the basic static load rating. Capital D is the ball diameter or roller diameter. F is effective belt pull. F1, F2 the constant loads during N1, N2 revolutions respectively. FA is thrust load. FA is thrust load. FC is radial load. Fm the constant mean load. I is the number of rows of balls in any one bearing. Okay? Either it may be balls or rows of uh, rollers. Okay. Ln, capital Ln, the life of the bearing in millions of revolutions. LH, the life of the bearing in hours. Z is the number of balls per row. Number of balls per row. Now, if you have to find out the load, suppose if the bearing is used to transmit the power through the gear drive, okay, and the load you can calculate if the bearing is used to transmit the power through the belt drive. That is what equation number 16.1 and 16.2. Page number. Okay, next. So dynamic load reading of rolling bearings, radial ball bearings, F1 by F2 is what that is cube root, right? Cube root of L2 by L1 or F1 cube root of L1 is the ratio. Now rating life in millions of revolutions, Ln C by P bracket is the power of 3. For roller bearings, life of bearing Ln equal to C by P 10 to the power of to the power of 3.33. Suppose if you want to calculate the basic static load, okay, basic static load, if you have a number of rows and if you have the orientation angle and if you have the number of balls or rollers per row, and if you know the diameter, you can use this equation to find out the static load here. So next is equivalent load. Now we are going to get a two type of equivalent loads here. One is static load and another one is a dynamic load. So let us go for using a dynamic load. Now this equation stands for dynamic load. equivalent dynamic load. Now P equal to XVFR plus YFA. X and Y are the factors, load factors. You need to select those two values from table number 16.3. Now V is a rotation factor. V is rotation factor. If you need to calculate only for static, then you can just go for XFR plus YFA. Now this equation has to be multiplied with CS, that is what is service factor. So now this is the equation. Okay. Now it stands for without service factor. Suppose if you want to calculate, so now P equal to in bracket XVFR so plus YFA. Now this entire equation has to be multiplied with CS. CS is a service factor. CS is a service factor that has been not included in data and book. You just multiply CS. Now, okay, how are we going to get the value of X, Y? X is a radial load factor, Y is thrust load factor. X is radial load, Y is thrust load. Suppose if you want to go for radial roller bearings, again it is equation same here. Taper roller bearings, X, Y and X, V and Y refer table number 16.5. I'll go for first table here. You are going to get some idea. Okay, so now this is a table. Now table number 16.4. So you can just refer value of FC to calculate the static load. Now table number 16.5, value of factors V, X and Y for radial roller bearings here. Okay. Now if you want to design for roller bearings, then you go for this table. Okay. It's a continued. Here is the table number 16.3. Now look out here. Now V is a rotation factor whether the inner ring it is rotating or stationary. If the inner ring is rotating, then you take value of V equal to 1 here. And if the inner ring is stationary, then you take a value of V equal to 1.25. Now the value of X, if it is a single row bearings, when FA divided by VFR is less than E is the eccentricity distance, you are going to get that one here in column number 14. For double row bearings, so again you go for comparison, then you select a value of X here, similarly value of Y here. Now especially these ball and roller bearings are designed for the combination of radial load as well as axial load. Suppose if it is subjected to both type of loads, then you go for the use of rolling bearings. Suppose again it depends on a lot of factors. Okay, let us stop here only for finding out the values here. Now you just refer here bearing type, non-filling, slot assembly, radial contact, groove ball bearings here. Suppose if you have a angular contact groove ball bearings, then you have a value of alpha here. You have a value of alpha. Now Fa by C naught is what? Fa is the axial load, C naught is the dynamic load. Okay. Fa is the axial load, C naught is a dynamic load. So you're going to get clearer pictures while solving the problems. Now here static load routing for rolling bearings. So you can refer these equations to find out the static load. Now this equation stands to find out the number of revolutions in millions. Okay, and okay, so you're going to get a very less number of formulas in this design of rolling bearings. Okay. Okay. Now equivalent dynamic load is C naught. You can find out that is what equivalent load XVFA plus YFR. Okay, this is what equivalent load. So C naught is what equivalent dynamic load. Right. So next is bearing life or life of a bearing. So now bearing life is calculated as I said in millions of revolutions. Millions of revolutions. Let us take an example here. Calculate bearing life for the following data. Okay. So it works 7 hours per day. Okay. And it operates number of years as 8 years. And RPM is speed. Speed, let us go for it is 800 RPM. Okay? 800 RPM. Now you need to find out what is the bearing life here. You need to find out bearing life. So now bearing life, I'll just write here. This is Ln. Now first you need to go for a speed. Okay. Then number of years. Then number of days per week. Okay. Suppose if it is all days, then you go for all days. Sometimes whatever they are going to give, it's going to work only 5 days per week. So then you can convert years in terms of number of days. Speed is over, years is over, number of days per hour is over. Then number of hours here, number of hours divided by 10 to power of 6. Okay? 10 to power of 6. So let us go for calculation here. Speed is how much? It is 800 revolution per minute. Okay. It is going to operate 7 years. 7 years. And number of years is 8 years. Okay. 8 years. As they have not specified how many days per week, let us assume it is going to work 7 days per week. Okay. Now, how many hours it is going to work per day? It is going to work 7 hours per day. Okay. Divided by 10 to power of 6. Someone calculate and provide here.
2.1952.
Just type in chat box. Point, okay, 2.1952. I'll just ask one question here. Whether the calculated value is right or wrong. Now this has to be in millions of revolutions. Right? Now RPM stands for revolution per minute. Okay. Revolution per minute. Now how are we going to convert this minutes into millions of revolution? Here you have gone for 7 hours per day. The thing is that whether you need to multiply this one with a 60 or whether you need to divide by this equation by 60. Whether we need to multiply by 60 or we need to divide by 60. Okay, let us, I will clarify here. Now for 1 hour, okay, how many minutes? It is 60 minutes, right? So now 800 into 60, okay, 48,000 revolutions. Clear? Now for 1 hour, it is going to rotate 48,000 revolutions. Right? Then you need to multiply here by 60. Okay? You need to multiply 60. Now 2.1952 into 60. You just calculate. 2.192 into 60 is 131.52. 131.52 millions of revolutions. That means for up to 8 years, it's going to rotate 131.2 millions of revolutions. Okay. Okay. So I'll go for design procedure of this rolling bearing. I'll just write design procedure. If you have a pen and rough paper along with you just note down the procedures. Now in this case, based on the number of that is what based on bearing life, you need to select bearings. Okay, That is what from referring table number 16.10 onwards, that too what type of bearing it is, whether it is a ball bearing, whether it is a roller bearing, and so on. Now I'll just write steps one by one. So step one is what? Select 01, 02, 03, 04 series, okay, bearings. Now 01, 02, 03 and 04 are the bearings which are used for different load purpose, okay, which are used different load purpose. Okay. For your understanding purpose, I'll just open a diagram here. Now just look out here. So extremely light, you have one type of bearing. For extreme extra light, you have one type of bearing here. For light load, you have one type of bearing here. For medium load, you have one type of bearing here. For heavy load, you have one type of bearing here. 1 extra light, 2 light, medium 3, heavy 4 here. Okay. Right? These are the series. These are the series based on the relative sizes. Okay. Okay. So now once you selected the series uh, for given diameter of for a given diameter, okay. Sometimes what happens, they will provide the diameter of the shaft you are going to assemble or you are going to fit over it. If they are not provided, then you select based on the what you can call bearing life. Okay. Select 01, 02, 03, 04 series. Okay. Light series bearing initially. So first you need to select 01 series. Okay. For a given diameter as a trial. Now in this case, you need to go for number of trials until it is going to satisfy the millions of revolutions or the dynamic load. Okay. Let us notify next step. Let us notify the basic static load and basic dynamic load. I think we made a reverse. Now basic static load is written as a C naught. It's right. Actually we say it as an C for basic static load. It is C naught. Basic static load, okay, and basic dynamic load. Okay. C. Where you can get these two? You can get these two from a table. Let us go for the example. I will go for table number 16.9 here. 16.98 table. Let us see what is there in 16.98 table. Okay. Now this is what series for deep groove ball bearings. Now let us observe here. Now 02 indicates it is an light here. Okay? 02 indicates it is a light. You have a 10 BC02, you have a 10 BC02, you have a 15 BC02, 17 BC02. Okay? So now this is what ISI number. This is what ISI number. Here in design data handbook, what are the data you are having for this rolling bearings is from SKF bearings. It is a standard company who are manufacturers of a different type of bearings here. Now all these data are related to SKF bearings. Now 45 BC02, okay, 50 BC02. So now these are the series and these are the specifications according to standards. Let us take an example. Let us take an example. Now you have a small diameter D. You check out here what is the small diameter. You just observe here. Small diameter is a diameter of inner diameter of inner race. Inner diameter of inner race. Now this is what inner race, this is outer race, and this is a ball here. Let us notify if they have provided shaft diameter. Let us take BC, 45 BC02. What we done? We have selected an example. It is a 45 shaft diameter. Let us go for first trial 45 BC02. Now corresponding to this one, you note down basic capacity. Static load is how much? 17,750, and you note down the dynamic load. Okay, got it? Note down static load, note down dynamic load. Okay, we'll continue for third step. Now for third step, you calculate FA by C naught. FA by C naught. So you are going to get some value here. You are going to get some value. So now in this case, FA is the axial load. Okay, it is what axial load which is going to act over the bearing. Now you got some value here. Let us take ABC. Now this value is equal to E here. This value is equal to, sorry, you are going to get this value, some value here ABC. Now corresponding to this value, select value of E. That is what eccentricity value. You just note down how much you are going to get. Fourth step, find the ratio of FA divided by FR. So now FR is what? It is a radial load. FR is radial load. Let us take, you got a value here A1, B1, C1 as a value. Now compare this one with value of E. Compare this one with value of E. Now once you compare the value of E, according to this one, select value of X and Y. Value of X and Y from design data and book table number 16.3. 16.3. Right? Okay. What is the next thing? So next step is calculate equivalent load. Next step is you need to find out calculate equivalent load. This is what P equal to XVFR plus YFA into CS. Okay? Into CS. Next step, calculate bearing life based on equivalent load and the dynamic load. That is what referring equation number 16.4. Now this is what equation number 16.6. Okay. That is what ln equal to C divided by P to the power of 3, okay, for roller bearings, ln equal to C by P to the power of 3.33 for ball bearings. Okay, let us say this is what life of bearing as calculated. Okay, let us say this is what life of bearing as calculated. Now, based on the given data, if you have a bearing life required, I can say this as a LNR, bearing life required. Now, as you've seen the calculations, it is going to operate 8 hours per day, 7 days per week, with a speed of 800 revolutions, and for 8 years, you got some value there. Okay? If you compare the I'll go back the previous line here. Now, what have got a value here? So what you got a value here? Now this bearing life is a required one, right? Because you need to use 8 hours per day for 800 rpm, 7 hours per day for a period of 8 years, and it is going to work 7 days per week. Okay, 7 days per week. Okay, right? Okay. Now we'll come here. Now, if calculated life, if ln calculated is greater than ln r, okay, then the selected bearing is suitable. For example, you have selected 45 BC 02. Now it is a selected is a okay. Suppose if ln calculated is less than ln required, okay, as it is not going to satisfy the millions of revolutions as required, it is not suitable, then you go for higher series. Okay. Now it is not suitable, go for higher series. Higher series means you need to go for 45 BC 03. Again, if it is not going to satisfy, again you need to go for 45 BC 04. Okay. Again, if it is not going to go for satisfy with this one, then you need to suggestion, okay, change dimensions. This is the last suggestion. If it is going to satisfy with anyone, then you can just select the selected bearing is suitable as ln calculated is greater than ln required. Then you suggest the bearing designation as well as their sizes. Okay, is what small d, small b, and capital B. You just to suggest these dimensions. Is it clear? Now I'll stop here. If you have any queries about this one, you can just raise questions. Sir, you have written both 7 and 8 years. Okay. I'll go back to this one. Sir, last place, please. Sir, last equations once again. Sir, I'll go for this query. Sir, you have written both 7 and 8 years. Let us go for that calculation of bearing life. You just look out here. I have written 7 and both 8 years. Now I'll go for first speed. It is 800. Okay. Now how many hours it is going to work? 7 hours per day. Then how many years? It is 8 years. Okay. Somewhere we made a mistake for this one. Okay. We made a mistake. Right. Okay, we will go for one more here. One more calculations that you can understand the bearing life. For bearing life, the thing is that you should get in millions of revolutions. Only it has to remain revolutions, right? Okay. I'll go once again here. 6 hours per day. Okay. It is of 700 RPM, 8 years, okay, and 5 days per week. Right. Okay. 5 days per week. And okay. I think this is clear now. Now ln required speed is how much? It's 700 RPM. Okay. Now it's going to work for 6 hours per day. Now per hour you have a 60 minutes. You have a 60 minutes. Now if you calculate these things, it is going to give revolutions per day here. Okay, revolutions per day. Next, so now it is going to work for 8 years. It is going to work for 8 years, right? Now how many days per week? Now we have a 52 weeks here. Okay, you have a 52 weeks and it is going to work for only 5 days. Now this is what? It is going to work number of days per year, right? Number of days per year. Now if you divide by 10 to the power of 6, you are going to get millions of revolutions here. A simple equation. Now based on given data, you need to find out ln required. So your last equation once again. Okay. Now we can have these equations from data and book. It is what equation number 16.4a and 16.4b. We can have these equations. Now this equation is available in two cases, for roller bearing as well as ball bearings. Okay. Equation number 16.6. Now CAC is what? It is a service factor. It is service factor. V is rotation factor. FR is radial load. Sir, why you wrote that 52 just now? Okay. Let us go for conversion of number of days here. Now per year how many weeks? It is 52 weeks, right? Right. Then you just multiply 52 into 5. You are going to get a 260 days. That means the bearing is going to work only 260 days per year. Rest of the days it's not going to work. Clear? Now you have 260 days. Now how many years is going to work? 260 into 8. Okay. Now it's going to work approximately 2080 days. Right. Now per day how many revolutions is going to carry here? Now it's going to carry per day. It is going to work 700 revolution per minute into 60. You are going to get a per hour. Okay. Into 6 you are going to get a per day. So 36, 21 and 42. Right? It is going to work 2 lakh. Is it right? 1, 2, 3. 36. Okay. Okay. It is going to work 2 lakh 52 revolutions per day. Okay. Now, how many revolutions it is going to work for entire period? That is what for 8 years, how many revolutions it is going to work? Let us multiply 252,000 is going to complete 2,52,000 revolutions in a day. Okay. Into number of days. How many number of days here? 2080 days. Now these are the revolutions. These are the revolutions. To get in terms of millions of revolutions, you just divide by 10 to the power of 6. Okay. 5 to someone calculated 524160000. Let us see. 60,000 here. It is going to rotate 52 crore 41 lakh 60,000 revolutions. Okay. That means in terms of millions of revolutions, it's going to work 524.16 millions of revolutions. It's clear? It's clear. Okay. So shall I go for a problem? Shall I go for a problem? Next session, sir. Next class, sir. Next class, sir. Okay. Okay. If you have any queries on this ball and roller bearings, I need to go for the theory portions. I'm going to send a PDF file in a group. Shall I close class? Okay. Okay. Bye. Have a good day.